Hello and welcome back to the third episode of a Let's Play for Frostpunk on the Edge. When we last left off, we had just completed the research for mixed crews, and I was giving some thought to our priorities and really our resource priorities, and they are mostly going to be food and steel. Now the big problem with steel is that we are competing with the demand to New London for the steel that they expect us to send them. And we only have currently one reliable source of steel, which is the warehouse. So we need to focus, I think, early on in increasing that productivity. Because later on, inevitably, New London's going to want more than what they're already taking. Our demands are definitely going to increase because research requires steel, and it increases. So does the cost of buildings. So in that vein, our research priorities need, at the moment, I think, to be increasing our efficiency at the warehouse, and of course doing whatever we can, our other priority being food, to secure food. Now, research isn't going to do us any good for that, because on our food, health, and shelter tab there is no food, just health and shelter. So we're going to have to rely on New London for food, and probably primarily our scouts. Now, of course, we can research more scouts, and it's something we will do in the future. But right now there's only 2 unknown locations. Our scouts are closing in on a fishery that hopefully will, almost surely will bring us some food, but hopefully will bring us, maybe it'll be an operation. Maybe we can get some kind of trade going with them, or some kind of outpost there that will allow us to exploit it for supplemental food. Heating is going to become an issue fairly quickly, but I think we have a little bit of time. So right now we're going to bypass the heaters and the bunkhouses, which will be requiring steel anyway, that we just talked about needing to increase our output for. And all that being said, we can't see what this does, but it has steel on top of it. We know it has to do with the warehouse. I think we start our drafting machines, which is already going to cost us 25 steel. That's pushing it. And let's get some engineers going. I have some engineers I could probably steal from here. They got one guy out sick, and not everybody's healing. I think and this guy's out sick, so he's not doing anything. We're just going to go ahead and leave that. Leave him in there. So hopefully we'll get our other engineers up and running more quickly. So here's telling us the shipment is ready. Sir, the first shipment is ready to be sent to New London. I'm sure they'll be excited to get that. Visit the outpost administration and ask the clerks to open communication line for you. You'll be able to dispatch the shipment then. Alright. We do need a core for our own use, which is to build a coal mine on this coal. But to be honest, we're high on coal. We're only using a couple of braziers, and we're even pushing our max storage. So I think we can go ahead and send our cores to London and maybe earn some favor with them. Maybe that'll encourage them to re-increase the food. Maybe this send us some supplemental resources. Probably not. Hopeful thinking. I guess it's the administration building, right? So let's I guess we don't have to actually talk to them. We just click on it and send it. Let's communicate anyway. Yeah, there's nothing to talk to them about. But hopefully they'll be happy with what we've sent them. Now they want to talk to us. We acknowledge the dispatch of your first shipment. Well done. These steam cores mean a lot to our people. It better mean a lot of food to ours. We are pleased to let you know that we plan to send you food shipments every day. Weren't you already doing that? Just keep the steam cores and steel coming. If the supplies you provide are deemed insufficient, we'll have to think of something constant and wonderful. Yeah, thanks a lot. And remember, if you run any problems, let us know, and we'll look for a solution. Yeah, the problem is you guys. You're taking our resources, you're not sending us food. It's just not giving us that option. See, I don't want to just generically. We have some problems. I don't trust that. I don't want to antagonize them anymore. Yeah. So the news that New London is quote-unquote pleased to tell us that they'll keep sending us the food they owe us. That's spread amongst their people. Yeah, I fully agree. I'm not so happy about it either. Causing a lot of resentment and anxiety. Hopefully the workers understand that I'm all with them. I'm not one of the aristocrats from New London. And the vague consequences they threaten us with, shall we fail to please them, further fan the flames of outrage. All anyone is talking about now is how we should use the steam cores to help us first. Well, I agree. Since we found them and some blabbermouth had to tell them about them and have no generator, unlike folks in New London, I really wish we had been given the option not to tell New London that we had steam cores. That would have been nice. Yeah, I mean, I realize there would have been, like, eventually a spy from London would have leaked it out, but we could have gotten some piled up first. This looks like looks like the caravan heading out with the steel shipment. And we're 4 hours out from the fishery, so maybe that'll give us some good news. In the meantime, we just that's the end of the day. So let's fast forward a bit. We'll slow down once we get here or until we have an event. Oh boy. We have bad news for you. Of course you do. The rules governing your shipment have changed. What? From now on, food supplies will be sent only after you dispatch a shipment of steel. Jerk faces. We agree with the necessity of taking such... Why? We sent you the stuff that you needed. It's not like we were delinquent. That's not understood. We need to talk. I'm going to send a team to burn down New London and take their generator. Okay, where were we? The scouts are about to be where they're going to go. Slow it down. Okay, so they found some raw food. The Sheltered Cove was a convenient place for fishing once. Well, it should be one to fish again. I really want to be able to use it. Oh, 9 food. Is that all? That's not good. Alright. We'll just keep on going. I'm not going to come back with just 9 food. I was hoping it would be like 25 food or, something nice. Something useful. We must act. Sir, our people are angry and anxious about the food situation. Yeah, I agree. A group of experienced explorers is here to talk about the solution. By cutting our food supply, New London has shown that we can't rely on them. We need to have another source of food. Yeah, I agree. Fortunately, our scouts have reported signs of recent human presence in the south. Send them to investigate. Oh, my guys are in the north now. This might be a lucky break. So, this means I'm going to probably need to get a second group going. because I'm not going to recall these guys back down to here. And I have the free workers. So next research, barring the elevator being an amazing thing. In fact, let's go to our dual roll. Oh, the switch is pretty fast. And at night when no one's there working anyway, so we'll do that for nighttime now. We probably need to get more guys out and running sooner. So let's look at the next research being probably scouts. Because we have not only people who are hungry, but starving. And we have no food coming. There's no incoming food. Even if I recalled the scouts with the food right now, by the time they get here, and with only 9 food, that's going to translate into 18 food. 18 people are going to eat. That's just, we can't do that. I really want to shift some workers over to... Oh, you know what? We haven't... These aren't all on extended. I'm not going to extend this one because it's just going to create discontent for one guy. But only one warehouse or one workshop was working overtime. So today we need to get our scouts going, and we need to look at heating related resources because things are going to get really cold. I don't know that the bunkhouse is the thing. They're just heaters maybe. Boy, this is a real bad trickle. I'm eager to see what this research is going to be for us. Okay, we just ran out of coal. The coal mine. Freight elevators. Allows us to use freight elevators in the army warehouse, raising output by 15%. That's really important. But we need scouts because we need food. That's just kind of there's just nothing else. It's our hands are forced in this scenario. Where no matter how badly we need other things, food is the top priority. Which means we need the scouts for that. So hopefully this won't take too long with the amount of people we have working. 5 hours, and then we'll be able to get in there a scouting team going. I mean, we're gonna be without food for a while. London hasn't sent more food, even though they received a shipment. So I'm really not sure how we're going to survive this. Even if I recalled the scouts, they're not going to make it to the new location faster than my researching new scouts and sending out new scouts from here. So there's just no point in recalling them. Hopefully they'll find something at the outpost, at the observation that they're going to. Maybe they'll find some canned food. You know, we'll see, and then we can race them home. Yeah, so let's we'll speed up a little bit because there's really nothing going on here. Normally I don't really like to play games and fast forward. I like to just sit and watch things happen. But it doesn't really make for entertainment, now does it? And there really isn't anything going on. So let's see what we find at the ruins. Steel and wood. That's a pretty cool looking place. The roof dome collapsed a long time ago, probably under the weight of snow, allowing for the Arctic climate to complete the work of destruction. The great storm took the rest. Well, we'll take some meager supplies. It's not even giving us anything new. Normally I would run these guys probably to here and then up to save time, but they are carrying at least a meager amount of food. I don't need to observe any of these guys. Come on, there we go. So, man, a day for them to bring back 9 food. This Let's Play might not last long. we might be restarting. So we have the option here for lighter scout sleds, which is a big deal. But on the other hand, we know if we send resources to London, they will send food back. So I really think we need to get this freight elevator up and running. It's a must. So we'll do that. We can dismantle this facility because there's no resources within range. And let's create a new scout troop that we hope will do something positive for us. But they're also a day out. And we're going to start seeing some starvation deaths real soon. And discontent is going to skyrocket. Hope is going to plummet. The cemetery is going to start filling up. Yeah, we're in a bad situation. So, I guess kind of an analysis, an early analysis here about what could we have done different early on. We probably could have done the cart a little earlier on to get resources in a little faster from the... I mean, we only had like 5 or 6 people in the warehouse, but we could have done that research a little bit sooner. If we had the good fortune of having chosen the scouting in the right order, you know, foreknowledge, we could have gotten survivors sooner, which would have increased our output here. And ultimately, that was the thing, right? As soon as we got the ability to send to New London, we gained the ability to scout for other outposts. So that was a hidden gate. So had we rushed that delivery to London, we probably could have sent our scouts sooner to go and get to try to establish a food route. Obviously, that requires foreknowledge, and we are playing this from scratch. Oh, this is bad. So this is a sign that it's very cold here. We're not up to the heater tech yet. The freight elevators. We are still in point 1 of the steam cores. I was hoping that would bump up, but you know, a little bit, whatever we can get is a little bit better. I could build a brazier, but I'm thinking, you know, we said heat was something we really needed to address. This should be fairly quick. I know it says 7 hours, but we have at least 2 full workshop running. It's a cheap upgrade. And I think we can just go ahead and get the heater going in there before these guys get too sick. Also, it looks like we've oh yeah, we need the heaters here because this is too cold to work. Let's free these guys up and fill up here. We're up to 100 steel for the shipment and a core. Alright, let's see how we're doing on coal. 3 days. I think that's okay. We're not burning a lot. New London's ready for a shipment. That means food. We should do that immediately. Still only 30 food. So kind and generous of them. Alright, heaters is researched. This is going to help with, so these guys are very cold. High risk of falling ill, low risk of gravely ill. We can bring them up to just moderate risk of falling ill. It's not great, but it's better. These buildings are non-functional because they are too cold. So if we bring one of them online, that'll be enough to treat our guys. While we wait on the food from London. I think it's gonna be about it. So right, we're gonna need to get our coal intake online, which means the next core. We have 20 steel, which is a tier 2 research. Ooh, that doesn't require steel. Most tier 2 researches require steel. But I'm thinking we either get our bunkhouses going, because that's going to bring down our demand on heating, which we are not currently meeting. And by that I mean the braziers they're running at their max capacity right now. We don't have increased. We can't turn them down. Which all we could do is turn them off. Arguably, we could turn them off if I were able to upgrade all the tents to bunkhouses, and it gets warmer out. For temporarily, I could turn them off. But that's not really viable, because that's a lot of houses to upgrade. The improved heaters are going to consume even more coal, and we have a small reprieve coming. It's going to get a little warmer. It's going to go back down to 40, and it's going to spring back up to 20, which is super nice. But that's going to take a couple of days. That's going to be a couple of days of people sitting at 40 degrees negative. They're going to have to live in that. So we do need to address the heating situation through some method. But right now, more so, and that's, like I said, we're going to have a small reprieve. We can try to do something about it in this little window here. So I think this is our best bet. We need to get those scouts going faster, because that's our food. So let's just commit to it. Also, that's a research that doesn't take our meager steel supply. We're gonna have that food here, a little bit of food here in 1 hour. It's not enough, but it's something. We're not even going to fast forward because we're going to let it get here. I have free people, so let's go ahead and max that out anyway. Gives us something to do, right? Converts it faster. Let's send these guys out. It says a day, but we know that's not going to be true, because we're going to have the lighter scout sleds. I think that's all we got for now. So, I mean, look, the food is just evaporated. That's it. And then we can't. It's an odd number, so we can't even cook the rest of it. See, I'm afraid I'm afraid to do this, but I think we're gonna have to. I mean, we need more raw food, but what we need is laws to allow us to make soup. I'm gonna hold off on this because we do have a shipment of 30 coming. And I want to see what these guys find. Before I start calling on New London for favors, because I don't trust them. What do you... I know you guys are hungry. 3 days to feed everyone. There's no way we're gonna have a stockpile. Let's Alright, or we're gonna say like 3 days of, because we know that we can probably ask for food. I think that was a really risky call to make, but you know, we're on a wing and a prayer. And I mean, when London almost immediately reduced our food to 30, we knew this was going to happen. I didn't expect it to happen this soon. Those overtime guys came through for us there. So the steam sawmill, I don't think that really helps us. Yeah, processing trees faster just doesn't help. I need an alternate wood intake. We're not going to do charcoal kiln because that's burning wood for coal, and that's just insanity because we can do coal mining. And this will be useful, but not necessary right now. We're getting away from gathering posts. I'm really thinking that we're back to heating. Efficient burners would be nice. Bunkhouses would be nice. Insulated healthcare means I could turn off the insulation. Infirmaries would be really nice, but they require cores. I think up front we make efficient burners, because we have burners running all the time anyway, so that's something that we know it's a benefit we can get immediately at no construction costs. People are eating raw food, yeah, the one leg. Alright, what'd you guys find? Mount Terrace slopes gently towards a valley below. All I did was find a new location. The view is promising. They stand around and gaze at the beautiful snow everywhere. There's nothing remarkable. We were talking about signs of humans. It's a secluded valley. Maybe we can find some salad dressing down there. So we have a small problem here. Another one. Which is, it just told us that people are eating raw food. Our food's going to arrive in 10 minutes. And we're outside of work hours, which means it's not going to be converted. So I'm concerned that they're going to eat this raw food, which they did the moment it arrived, because it was 30 that we got. The starving people ate some of it, which compounds the problem of us not having enough food, because now we can't cook it and make it better food. And it happened instantaneously, so even if I had moved these guys into 24-hour shift, they still wouldn't had so I don't think I want to farm this for one. They still wouldn't have had time to cook the food. It just would have evaporated. And we're just at this point, you know, we're entirely relying on our scouts to pull us out, pull our fat out of the fryer, because we're not producing these resources fast enough to meet the demands. And this next core has to go towards, more or less has to go towards getting this coal deposit up and running. I don't want to be sliding this back and forth if I don't have to be. Ah, that's so nice. That means I can conserve some coal. I turn those off. I'm gonna leave this on because it's still chilly. That guy is not very encouraging, is he? New London is waiting. Get a move on. I don't really want to be New London's lapdog. Alright, so at least we're getting some cooking going on here. Small consolation. We got ourselves a core. Okay. Please give me some good news. No, I don't just want wood. I want people, or I want people, but I want people who can trade me food. Going further in the valley, we find remains of a grove. A large number of stumps is all that's left. Someone cut it down not too long ago, so let's just steal the wood before they come back for it. Fantastic. I think that... See, I was thinking that we ask for food. But I believe it takes about 12 hours to get here, which means it's going to happen when I can't cook it. And people will just eat the raw food again. So if we're going to request food, we'll send the request out in the middle of the night, so it comes in during the day and it can be cooked. Does anyone else feel like if I do ask for food and they actually send it, that it's evidence that they've been lying to us all along about their ability to send us food? We're running up onto the max on wood, which is okay. I mean, we'll use it. Question is, do I need to go ahead and research? I don't know if the game pauses when I go to that menu, so that's helpful. Maybe I go ahead and, you know, I don't want to research the wooden supports. What else is going to be helpful? It's kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul. We're going to need bunkhouses. But we'll need the iron or the steel to build all of them. Now when we build over a building, we don't have to destroy a building, we can build over it with an upgraded version of itself. And we get a discount from the previous cost. But the previous thing didn't require steel. So it's gonna take steel. There's no discount on the steel for upgrading. So the cost, which I believe was 10 steel a piece, we're going to have to burden that entire cost. I think we're gonna have to. We need to acknowledge that this is going to become required, and just bite the bullet. We might have to rely on our scouts to find a better source of wood for us, because we can go through it pretty fast. And really, while I'm thinking about it, I do have free workers. We could look into... You gotta be real careful, because you'll see it says building here will destroy resource sources. So that doesn't... I'm looking to see for somewhere like tucked away that won't destroy a tree. I think that's our best bet. It's going to cover the most trees. Yeah, that's going to be it. We're not going to activate it right now, but people not working might as well have it built and ready. For when this runs out, which won't be too long. I really want to build. Oh, scouts. What you got for us, scouts? No, not survivors. I can't feed them. Oh, why'd I go to a place that sounded like it would have survivors? You know, the last one we found survivors, it said their supplies were running out. I don't think we brought the supplies back with us. I can't afford to bring these guys home. I'm not going to send them to their fate. So, how about we just come back later and hope they're still alive. Because we need food. And yeah, more mouths to feed doesn't help. You know, we really needed the survivors early on because we needed to be able to man the warehouse. But once we get the warehouse fully manned, we really didn't need to anymore. So I think here's what I'm going to do. We have a shipment ready. I want to time this so that we ask for food. Let's see what their opinion is of us. High favor. So I wanna risk. You know, we're gonna lose favor for asking for food. I don't want to send goods to them while we're already at high favor, in case sending goods to them increases our favor. So we need to lower the favor by asking for something first, and then see if making a delivery will restore the favor or not. And if that's true, then we ask for something every time we send them something. It's unlikely that it's going to work that way. We need to start investing in monkhouses. We also need to be able to get to tier 3 soon, but that's expensive. But I want to get... See, it's going to take all the way to tier 4 before we get our next upgrade. So, let's bunkhouse. We'll probably next do coal mining optimization. And that might be it for tier 2. I know we can improve the heaters, but we can also build a brazier next to a place that needs heated. So let's bunkhouse. We'll wait to 1800, and then we will Actually, I'll just... I don't know. I don't know if it takes 12 hours for them to send. Hopefully this building works 24 hours a day. It does.
Shift's over. Remember to stow your tools.
So let's go ahead and communicate. Hi guys, how's it going? I'm just curious, would you happen to have some raw food laying around that you could send to us? That'd be peachy king. What do you mean, no, you can't afford it? Jerk faces. Okay. Did we take a reputation hit for asking? We did not. I don't think we need anything else from them. Alright, well then I guess we just ask for food the other way. Okay, so 12.5 hours for food to arrive. That'll arrive during the daytime so we can start cooking it. I mean, we have starving people, so they might consume it before we can cook it. I guess it is what it is. I don't want to do a 24-hour shift here. And I don't want to spin the wood well, right now there's no point in spinning the wood because they're not working. Yeah, so we have these guys who are about to arrive. Raw food! Yay! A small settlement built under the cover of rocks in which several dozen people live. It consists of several sturdy buildings and 2 large greenhouses. Oh, let's just move there. Hi, guys! We promise we're not raiders. Amazingly, people live here. Yay! Not only do they grow their own food, but they're willing to share it. This enclave of life, clinging to a few hot springs, was settled after the Great Storm by people from a town which survived with the help of another city. They set up the hot houses here and planted seeds and, as I say, to pass the gift of life. They gave us some food as a gesture of goodwill and are eager to trade more in exchange for help with expanding their settlement. You know what? I will help you as much as I can. Thank you so much. We take food and promise to build a trading post here. So we're going to figure out how to build a trading post. That's fantastic. And there's a new icon here. Trade with hot springs. Now that we found a promising food source, we should form a construction team in the transport depot. Transport depot? That's not the beacon. I have to make another building. Send hot springs to build a permanent trading depot. Go to the Oh, okay, so that's a transport depot. Oh, I need 50 steel, and I just sent my steel. No. Okay, well, let's recall these guys. Bring us back the food. And I think we do a 24-hour emergency shift. Man, I need both. You know what, let's bear the cooldown. Let's get the steel. Well, it's 5 steel per hour, right? You know what, we need the core. 5 hours of overtime should get us what we need. I'm sorry, guys. Terribly, terribly sorry. Let's burn this as well. How cold is it there? It's getting ready to get colder. Let's see if that helps. I get the feeling it won't because it didn't highlight. But let's do that. So I think we're gonna. I think we're around the 45-minute mark. Um, let's tie it up here. We have a plan. We'll address these scouts next time. And yeah, this seems like a good stopping point. So thank you very much for hanging out with me for episode 3 of Frostpunk on the Edge. Please, again, leave a comment. Let me know if, not only if you're enjoying this, my take on gaming in general, and if there are other games coming up that you are interested in, or maybe something that was released recently that you find interesting that I might be able to cover. There will be some games I plan to play in the future. Thank you again very much for sticking around to the end of the video. I hope you like it, and we'll see you on the next episode.